Hello, Ray Lee with Speedboat Magazine here with another episode of the Boats and Bros podcast. This is our first episode of the 2025 season, our third season, and we're back with my bro Myrick Coyle and his racing soon-to-be Class 1 competitor, JJ Turk. Hey, JJ, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we've been trying to get it together with JJ a lot, but he's busy all the time. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
I had to wait to have something to talk about.
Since last year's Cocoa Beach, yeah, good timing. Yeah,
Cocoa Beach coming up, which is your home race. You went from a V bottom to a cat, actually multiple cats now with your son in the 300 class and all that. So, man,
yeah, good season for you, JJ.
Yeah,
congratulations.
I got to link up with the Buis family and did the old Mod Vee, Statement Marine X-Insurance. Had a great year there. Continued to run the 5-boat all season. Had a great run there. I got my son's boat finally on the water so he can get out there because he was just chomping at the bit. So you got to get a little seat time. No one to race. So it was just more like a free test session. And then I ended up winning the Hall of Champions, which is super cool. And then ended up getting a Class 1 ride. So now I'm on Boats and Bros. I mean, come on, what else can happen?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, this is a good way to start off the season, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
I didn't realize that you were Hall of Champions. That's a big deal.
That's pretty cool.
Is that your first one?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. I mean, when I got nominated for it, I had looked back and the names that are in it are like icons. You know, I was with all the old timers that we've known in the past, Copeland and Teague and all those guys, Johnny Tomlinson and Forrest Barber and Hugh Fuller. So I was stoked when I got mine. So
Myrick,
awesome.
yeah,
Congratulations.
You were inducted a couple of times. JJ, what did it feel like when you learned? First of all, last year your son was inducted, and this year it's your turn. What did that feel like?
It was crazy because so when we finished the race on Sunday, which was an epic race
in Key West.
We're coming back to the dock, and Nick gets a call, and he goes, hey, I think he just won the world. So I'm like, there's no way. And he goes, I think. So we went to the dock, and Randy, the course marshal, was going by the outer mole. And so we were celebrating a little bit, and we called him over, said, hey, give us a ride. We jumped on his boat. We went across the course, and Nick knew a guy that had like this 150-foot yacht that was on the outside of the track. So we went over there, jumped on the yacht. We're up on top drinking, waiting to watch Myrick and the Class 1 guys go. And he's like, do the math for me. So I started doing the math. And I'm like, oh, we beat that guy by 3 points, that guy by 2 points, that by 5, whatever. And the next thing you know, I went down the whole list, and we had outscored everyone. I'm like, I think we just won the world championship. And then I watched, Monolith go down. I watched Myrick go down, and they would have beat us. So with the national, the worlds, that qualified us for the HOC.
Yeah.
They all hit us at once. I'm like, I think we just got HOC too.
Yeah.
Another round for the boys.
Congratulations.
That was wild.
It's tough to do. Oh. That's what I always tell everybody. I mean, national championships are the hardest thing to come by. Hall of Champions are hard to come by. Obviously, world championships are hard to come by, but they're not as hard as a national or a Hall of Champions because it takes a whole season of ups and downs to make it through there.
You got to do both. You got to win. Basically, got to win it all.
Yeah.
Is that how they decide who gets into the Hall of Champions? Is based on your wins in the regular season?
Yeah, and I think you can get snuffed out too if someone gets a kilo record as well. I think it's 25 points.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of different ways. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a mathematic road to that honor. It's not
good thing they put JJ in charge of all the math. I mean,
hey Ray, the only thing you need to worry
take
about
his shoes and socks off.
Yeah. No, you just got to haul ass all year.
Yeah, right. Don't let up. Even when you're in the lead, don't let up.
Yeah.
That's
I always find that whenever we try to slow down a little bit or change our rhythm, bad things start happening. So we just keep running it the same way.
Yeah, you're exactly
right.
The
whole race. Yeah.
Yeah.
QS was wild this year. That was one to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Key West, not just because of, where it is, just the course. You got rough, you got calm, you just got it all. So there's a
I'll
reason
tell you
why
one
everybody
thing.
likes going there.
I did double duty this year for the first time, and buddy, I have a whole new appreciation for you. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
Just
Next year
takes one hit.
next year I'll be single duty. So that'll be nice.
Oh, actually,
I'll
this
just
year.
be I'll just be. Oh yeah, this year. It still
I keep saying
feels
that.
like next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does to me
I'll go
too. I
from
keep saying
3 to 1.
Shit, you'll be like on vacation.
it. You need a break.
It'll seem
bud.
like.
I don't know how you did it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was thinking about it that last, and I said it on the podcast before. On the Sunday's race, I did 39 laps. It's like you think about 10 or 12 being a lot.
Yeah.
I've
Especially
had
on lap
enough. Get me out of this
You're on
thing.
You're on lap 8 going, there's 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
Then you got to go in a whole nother boat.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
it's different if it was, water that you can, kind of get through. That was a
Sit
beat
back
down.
and cruise.
That was
Turn
a
one
beat down.
between turn 1 and turn 2 felt like 20 miles every time we did it.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's usually I don't think about coming to that turn out as much as I did this year. And I go, here we go again. And you just bank on into that thing, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. I was watching an
Yeah.
old video not too long ago where they ran almost, and it was, I think Rich Lewis was actually the one doing the commentating, so it had been in the 90s, and they were running almost out to the lighthouse in turn 1. And I mean,
Yeah.
I can remember going there for my first time in 2000, and the boats would go out of sight, but they weren't even going halfway out to the lighthouse at that point. I couldn't imagine on a rough day going out there. We're pussies compared to what they did.
Well, you kind of realize why they had the boat designs and they were built the way they were.
Yeah. Yeah, the boats weren't missiles. They were, able to handle the rougher water and not break down.
And then they had to go farther, and they had more fuel, so they had more weight. And
yeah, and there were some boats that were even triple engine, they shut one off and put it in neutral. And I actually did that the other day with a 36 skater with 1100s, and it had a tunnel tab on it. But the power steering pump locked up, a first test, brand new engine. And we were quite a ways away from the shop, and it wouldn't get on plane on one. It had a 39s on it with 1100. So it didn't want to get on plane. But Jake was with me, and he goes, hey, I wonder if you put that tab down, it'll aerate the prop and get it spinning. So you could run 65 miles an hour with one engine and a 36 skater with 1100. So, and I was thinking to myself, I said to Jake that was with me, I was like, this would be extremely handy to know that, if you're going to Bimini or something and something took a shit and you're like, man, 4 miles an hour is one thing, or 6 mile an hour on one, but 60 miles an hour is way better.
I can't imagine the load that was on that crankshaft.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. 60 miles an hour was 12 pounds of boost. So it was just
help me. Help.
Yeah, it was a good break-in for that engine. I hope Mercury Racing isn't listening to the first 5 minutes of the life on this engine. It's sitting there. It wasn't like it was going a lot of RPMs, but it had a lot of boost to it.
Ray might have to edit that one out.
Yeah, right.
He don't edit shit out. He always likes he always likes the one where I'm getting freaking lit up and dogs shitting behind me or something. He loves those.
I think he was trying to record me, trying to get my headphones working, and we were scrambling over here. And he's like, "Try to record right now." And I'm thinking,
it was funny. We were talking about podcasts before, and a customer, a buddy of mine, Todd Crosley's buddy, has one of the most popular ones. Podcasts. It's not up there with Rogan, but it's close. And he says they immediately start recording right when you go on, and then they tell the guys that they're off recording, and then they keep recording, and goes, that's where all the content comes from. When everybody knows they're not being recorded, that's when the good shit happens.
Yeah.
Permission to speak freely.
Yeah, it's it's
literally like when we stop recording where all the good shit comes on, shit, we should have been recording still. And I think that's when everybody kind of opens up and they're off their game and let loose.
It's like when I would ask JJ, who really is your insurance provider? Is it State Farm? You'd be like, "Fuck, no, it's Progressive. Oh, wait, it's XINSURANCE, motherfucker."
Oh, the side is the side.
The side.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's funny.
Oh,
Bud Laruski.
Listen, boys, I got some questions for you guys too.
Uh-oh.
I've been waiting for this one for a while.
Oh, you probably
You
got a
guys ready?
notepad. Look at him looking down at a notepad.
You ready?
He's got a cue card guy off the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
I was sitting with Ken Stout earlier today. He stayed the
Oh,
night
shit.
after doing the roar before the 24. I'm like, what do you think if I just started asking them questions? He goes, I think it's a great idea. Go for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's great.
Okay.
He always hammers on me. He's good.
all right, we're going with Myrick first. Ready? All right.
I'm scared.
Tables are turned
No,
on.
I wish if you had my heart rate monitor like they put on the boat, you'd have just saw my heart rate go up.
Okay, no, it's gonna be easy. It's light. I was going nice on you, buddy. All right. What boats are you running this year? Testing, not only racing but testing also.
Well, as far as race boats, I can only
Yeah.
see me testing. You know, if I were to help Vinny out some, maybe. But as far as class 1, the Monster Energy boat for Tyler, it's the only boat that I have plans for actually racing. Not
Okay.
saying that there
What
won't
about-
be not saying there won't be another boat coming, but there are. It's just I don't know time frame when you have to count on somebody else.
You're gonna get that pretty soon.
I wish I had it already, but no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't seeing it being soon. I assume I would be happy if we raced Key West with it this year.
Oh wow.
I mean, I know hopes and dreams are you can get it and bring it in the middle of the season, but reality is a lot harder than hopes and dreams.
You guys are talking about the performance power boats.
No, we're talking about Tyler has another boat in the mix.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, talking about Tyler's. Yeah.
And it's not top secret. I mean, anybody that would go to Skater or whatever would see it.
Yeah.
But you know, and it's not like they throw up tarps or whatever. You just gotta figure out what's going on there. But I haven't seen pictures or progress reports in a while. But yeah, I would say that it's at best
So you're gonna run.
mid-season.
You're gonna run your current class 1 boat as
Yes,
well up until when
correct.
that one. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
Cool.
that one, the engines are out, going over things, just checking it out. We did go down and do testing with it in Fort Lauderdale right after Key West when the water was pretty rough down there, just trying to get a handle on it because we know the boat can compete in the calm, just trying to, you know, get that flat bottom to react better in the rough water. So as far as I know, I will be in the Monster Energy boat and testing the Monster Energy boat. But I mean, hopes and prayers, another boat just, you know, for Tyler's sake, you know, being such a big supporter of the offshore racing, but I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see that boat. I'm sure it's gonna be next level.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
ready?
I obviously the drivetrain and everything's exactly the same. So
You know what you wanted to change, right? So you'll get there. All right,
Yeah.
next question.
let's hit
ready?
Ray with a question.
I have a whole run for you, buddy. Hold on, we just started. I'm
Oh,
gonna make
hell
it
yeah.
easier. Ready? Okay. When are you putting my little buddy Preston in a race boat?
Oh, that's for me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to Ray again. I mean, fuck, what's all the
No.
questions, Hammer? Oh, man. I don't know if it'll be this year, but for sure the following year.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I want
Um,
that whole I mean, I want him to work for it and I want him to have a reason to want to do it. I'm not going to say, "Hey, you're going racing," but you know, we actually talk boats a lot, but we don't talk racing a lot since he's around the shop all the time, but I think he's starting to get it more. You know, he's 16 and has a truck, so what's on your mind at that point? It's
Well, that was good. That was going to get to my next question.
Studying.
studying. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for buying Preston a diesel, because guess what Cameron wants now?
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys do it next level. He probably wants a brand new special ops or something like that, like you got him last time. Mine's a used old truck that, thank goodness, my neighbor Corey Hobscheid's a car dealer, and he's like, "Hey, I got this trade in. I think this is the one." And I'm like, "Okay,
Cameron,
how much is that going to
think we can
cost?"
trade in my truck for a diesel? I'm like, why? He goes, oh, Preston got a diesel. It's deleted. It's all badass. And I'm like, oh, no.
You guys would die with this deleted story. I'm like, no way are we going to delete this thing, because I don't want to hear this jet engine idling out in my driveway when you start it up. So then all of a sudden I get these pictures after he had the truck about a week and a half. And it's like the guys at the shop with a scan tool plugged into it, like, Dad, the DEF system's going out in this thing. And I was like, well, what happened? He goes, check engine light came on, and they say it's all these DEF codes. And I'm like, so what's that mean? He was like, we got to delete it. Like, what? He goes, it's either you delete it and it's like $2,400, or you pay $10,000 to get it all, back to factory. I'm like, you little son. If I find out that you guys just did this, and then Dave Scott, which, is like one of my favorite people of all time, it like saw a picture of Preston with his new truck and goes, hey buddy, do you think he would want a new set of wheels and tires for that thing? And I was like, duh. And so Dave, being a nice guy like he is, he goes, let him pick some out and tell him they're for me. So this kid's rolling around with, makes my nice truck look like crap beside it. But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
Well,
good question.
Yeah.
Now he has no excuse to get to work, right? He's got his own wheels.
He gets great. You know what's nice is actually he loves it so much that it's something you can take away from him that makes his life miserable without it. So, it's like, hey, that truck sitting out there, you ain't gonna drive it for a week if you screw up. So
I just took Cameron's truck away this morning.
Perfect. See, great dad minds.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, JJ's son, Cameron, and Myrick's son, Preston, are good friends, and they spend a lot of time together. Even though they live in Missouri and Florida, they spend time, make plans.
They've actually went on trips, and put him on a plane, and they'll pick him up in Orlando and stay at the Turk house for a week, and so
yeah,
it's pretty cool that they got the initiative and weren't just lazy little shits and actually got together and became friends and all that. So
yeah, it's very cool.
I like that.
They're funny together. It's quite the show.
Oh yeah.
But now with Owen there,
is. It is. Yeah. The story about freaking
oh no.
Yeah, Cameron put this, I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast, but we pick him up. I think it was the Cocoa Beach race, and Cameron takes us, instead of paying an Uber, I was like, man, I'll give you $100 to take me to the airport, because it's a little ways from Cocoa to Orlando. So he drives us there, and Preston been with Cameron all week, or a weekend, like staying over the Turk house and all this. And so we're going through he drops us off. He's like, hugs everybody. See you later. Thanks. See you. Bye. And so we take off, and we're going through TSA, and and Preston's ahead of us. He's your kid, and he's 15 at the time, and he's going through there, and they kick his bag off to the side, and Missy's like, what's in there? And did you put a water in there or something? He's like, no, I didn't do nothing. And freaking it goes through the deal, and there's this big black guy with dreads, like down there, like opening his bag. I'm like going through my stuff, putting my belt back on, like, what's that guy holding up in the air, And Preston's going, no, that's exactly what he's saying. And I was like, it looked like a big old purple vase. And I was like, what the hell is that thing? And then it rotated. And if you guys, I had never even seen one of these before. And we're like, oh my God, is a pocket, and we're all looking, he's like, Cameron put it in my bag. I was like, and being with mom, and Greg was with us too. So Greg's crying. Vinny shows up at the bar right behind. I mean, we're all I'm like literally in tears. So we come up to this restaurant in the airport and we're crying and laughing so freaking hard. The bartender's leaving like, so I got to know what's going on. So then we like tell her, and Preston just gets his bag and leaves. He's like, I'm
mortified.
Yeah, mortified.
Yeah.
Like just white. Like I was like, he goes, he must have got it at Walgreens and put it in my bag. I mean, yeah. So you see what a couple of little jackasses they are.
So I just set the bar so high that I have no idea what's coming now.
That's
As long
hilarious.
as me and you stay out of it, Myrick, we got to stay out of this one. I
Yeah.
don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's funny how these questions trigger other memories.
Conversations that you have memories.
Yeah, it's like you start what you talked about. When's Preston going to get in a race boat? Next thing we know, Cameron
Talking about
getting caught at TSA with, I don't even know what the official term is for that, but it's nothing a 15-year-old should have in his bag.
I didn't believe the story at
15-year-old
first,
boy.
and then I saw the look on Cameron's face, and I go, "You really did that?" I was mad, and then I couldn't make it more than 30
But then
seconds.
super
and
proud.
I went in the bathroom and just started laughing so hard.
Oh yeah, I know. I still like got a half a tear coming right now, and it's a year and a half ago. I've probably told the story 5 or 6 times.
What's even better is when Missy tells it.
Oh yeah. She's like, what's that?
Like,
I'm like,
had a great weekend.
And this guy this TSA guy, with the dreads, he goes, "Rough weekend, buddy," like that. I was like, what's he got attitude about? I'm like, oh, and because this guy's like 6'5" holding this thing in the air, and we're all like, how many people are looking?
Did you have your MCon shirt on or performance?
No, I'm sure I was full blown everything. That's all I take to a race, like you and your XINSURANCE stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, I didn't think you were going to bring that up, Myrick.
Oh, well. Now, what'd we say?
I can't swear by it, but I don't think they sell those at Walgreens.
Right?
Oh, no. I went to Walmart the other day trying to find some Gold Bond, and I was like, what is this? I was like, it's like a glass. It's like, it would be like you could walk into Duval, some store on Duval, and it looks like that in a Walmart pharmacy.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, don't go to the Walmart pharmacy. You'll freaking have a heart attack. I mean, maybe not every one of them's like that, but I was like, geez Louise, that's pretty aggressive.
The CVS is pretty bad too. I didn't know that. That section was even there. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Definitely not walking down that section with my daughter, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah. You'd be like, oh
no.
Steering away from that one.
All right, Ray, I got one for you. Ready?
Yeah, I think.
Am I still invited back to Havasu after I no-showed?
You get one more chance, yeah. But you are, yes. And I can't wait to have you back there, because you were telling me that that was your stomping ground for a lot of years growing up.
Yeah, I would love to see what it's like now. It's been about 25 years since I went there every year for spring break, Copper Canyon, back when it was the old Copper Canyon. So
yeah, Myrick, JJ was threatening to come join us at the during the performance evaluations in October and hang with us and be part of the crew. And for months he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming." I'm like, "All right, you're welcome. You can stay at my house and the whole thing." And then come down to it, he's like, "Oh, I can't come."
Yeah, I was excited about coming down.
When was that, Ray? What was the date on that?
Early to mid October.
It was like the 113th day in a row of it being over 100 degrees. That's when it was.
Yeah. It was
when the jet ski races were. That's what was cool.
And it was when Myrick met the Diablo sandwich.
Yeah. And I had to do the backflip to show my freestyle action while the freestyle action was going on. In light of the fact that we're watching this freestyle jet ski shit, the Boats and Bros podcast wants to watch Myrick do some freestyle shit.
Double, triple, top,
triple or double.
double, triple touch.
You got this, Diablo.
Or pretty much anything his physique can do.
El Diablo.
Hey, don't mess up your hair.
Feel like good.
It did.
My hair. Yeah, that was good stuff.
You did pretty good.
I gotta say, you got a lot of compliments for that. That was pretty impressive, especially as intoxicated as you appeared to be.
Yeah, like however many Mick Ultras deep. Yeah, see, that just goes to show, like that show Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. Them Ultras don't have any alcohol in them. I can still do backflips after drinking 20 of them.
You can do anything, buddy. You're like
Yeah.
talented guy.
I'm low to the ground. Low CG.
No, CG.
That's what you said about the go-karts, JJ.
So
He was
last
telling
year,
me
Hall of
about that.
Champions,
Yeah, he
remember
was
we
telling
all got to race
you guys
go-karts?
raced,
Yeah, in
last year.
Orlando at the Andretti place.
and that he beat
That was
you,
cool.
even though
I
you
did.
had
I won.
better lower CG.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he did win. I mean, I actually think I got
You
caught
were
up
right
in
there.
lap traffic or something. Or my boost
We were
button.
just-
There was like a power to pass button or something, and mine was broke. I don't remember.
I just remember a couple of my buddies' wives were on the track at the same time we're all racing, and we were they got destroyed.
Yeah,
And no
they're
one
like,
even cared.
"What is
No one
wrong with
cared.
you idiots?"
She's like, sorry, that was your wife. Chuck in the guardrail. Chuck over here.
Yeah, there was like a group of elderly black ladies on the course at the same time too. Like I don't know what they
Racing
were.
with you guys,
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, you don't get
We were
you don't
used- we
necessarily
were used
pick
to
who
my
you're
pick.
racing with.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
thought I
think
was going to get so much
people were
trouble.
getting yelled at afterwards.
I thought I was going to get smacked so hard for that. I just sent this lady right up into this guardrail. It's like, remember that turn that you went up the bank? Like you could go up the bank or you could stay tight.
Yeah.
I came in
Everybody's
tight,
just
shot
screaming.
her
There's
straight
like
into the bank.
attendants like up there with like signs, holding the signs up at you, like, "I see you."
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like calling your cart number out with a megaphone and everything. It's a cool little place.
That was a good
I
track.
missed the
I was impressed.
JJ had a race where Miles Jennings won at what's the name of that place that doesn't Cameron work there or did work there at one time?
So my sponsor, Golf and Gator, he owns half of the 500 boat with me. Yeah, we do an invitational. It used to be like the JJ Turk Invitational go-kart race, and then we just made it the Thunder on Cocoa Beach Golf and Gator Invitational. So I would just try to get as many people as I could from each class, and then everybody could race to see who was actually the fastest, outside of the boats. And it's pretty fun. It turned into quite an event. But yeah, Miles shows up in his black SUV. I think he ripped his pants jumping over the rail. Gets in the go-kart. Well, another hole, I should say. But another
I was
hole
going
in
to
his
say,
pants.
yeah, his jeans are
Another
always
hole,
shredded
yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
It looks like Rod Stewart with his outfits on.
Yeah, or he fell in a pond full of piranhas or whatever.
Yeah.
And then jumped in there and freaking smoked us all. And then
Yeah.
he's like, I gotta go, guys. Thanks. Jumped over the fence and was gone.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
I'm like, oh, that's how Miles does it, huh? That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
he's a pretty talented individual. I've followed him like on social media, and he's like done a lot of wild stuff, whether it's the
Absolutely.
cows race, and then
Yeah.
I think he's like, I don't know. He told me one time we were in a pool in Sarasota after a race. He's like, man, he goes, you want to race? And I'm a pretty good swimmer. And he goes, yeah, but this is the trick. You got to keep your toes above the water and your head above the water, and I'll race you from end to end. This guy is like Michael Phelps with it. I don't know how he does it. It's silly. You'd think like, okay, well, so you're just using your hands, but anyway, it might sound stupid, but in the pool, I kind of come up like struggling, just trying to keep my head above the water. This guy's down to the other end and back. And I'm like, wow. I think he does like meditation and Buddhist shit and all
Yeah.
that.
He
I don't
lives
know.
an interesting life. I think he does road racing stuff too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
With like
Yeah.
sports cars and stuff like that.
Cool dude,
Yeah.
super fun to talk with and hang out with.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
cool dude.
He actually raced the same boat that I'm in this year.
There you go. Good segue. So tell us about that. You're now going to be racing the Pro Class 1 with Nick, your partner in the Mod Vee, and you're going to be competing against Myrick and the rest of the Class 1 guys. Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of them.
It's a stacked field. Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, quite honestly. A lot of quality teams, the best pilots in the planet. Probably the biggest class, a Pro Class 1 has ever been. Myrick?
Yeah, I would say so. I was trying to do a count the other day, and I had 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So,
I heard it was upwards to 11 if everything goes right.
yeah, which it never does.
Right. Could you imagine hitting that Key West Harbor turn with 10 of those monsters just screaming down there on the first lap, coming down, just
Yeah. You definitely
Wow.
want to be out front. So 48 MTI, the rudder
Yep.
boat, 6s fixed, Skag's gone. Hope you're going to get the wrap fixed because it would look like shit at the end of last season. Like
Sure did.
primer
Yeah,
on
no,
it and
I'm
everything.
handling the wrap this year. They're going to my guys to kind of next level on the wrap stuff. They got
Nice.
a new design for both boats. So the Victory and the number 11, which was the old Abu Dhabi number 6 boat
Yes.
that Johnny and
Which?
Gary Blue ran.
Super fast.
Yeah, it's fast. They say it's quite the handful. So we're just going to try to get a handle on it and, slowly build some speed, get consistent, get the thing back to the dock every time, trying to finish every race and just build momentum as we go.
And you're one of 2 X-Insurance Class 1 boats that are racing, the other one being Dirty Money guys with Bill Pyburn and Britt Lilly.
Yeah, that'll be the number 3 Victory. The way we're phrasing it now is it's the North X-Insurance team and the South X-Insurance team. But to me, it's all the same team.
Which one are you, the North or the South?
They put me in the North.
Just because it's Coco's farther than Stewart, farther north than Stewart?
No, because I think, because Gene is the one that's doing all the work on it, and it's up by you.
It's in St. Louis getting worked on. I see. Gene's a good dude.
Yep.
Gene Gerber, crew chief for a lot of Rusty Rom's boats back in the day, and worked at MTI. Good dude.
I think he did the Geico program too. I think he was part of that team as well.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but there was a lot of times where I was stuck in a bilge, not knowing everybody. I never knew Bobby Adams was a Geico guy.
I think they were on the team at the same time.
Oh, really? Yeah. So.
Yeah. I saw that boat when it first came from Curtis when it was at the Dirty Money shop, and it's quite the machine.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
And Victory boats are
Cool to be
legit.
part of a two boat Class 1 or Pro Class 1.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that
What a
is
way
cool.
to get into Class 1 or Pro Class 1, right? I mean,
So, what are you going to be doing in the boat? Driving or throttling?
driving.
Driving.
Yeah, and I asked Nick if he wanted to come with me in the boat, and he said yeah. So we'll see if we can keep the chemistry together. And he has a lot.
Yeah,
of
I had
that
actually
as well.
talked to Nick a little bit. He had called me one time, which we've talked over the years, him being a statement guy and then, just being in the boating industry. And then his son and our boys, being buddies, we just kind of gelled and talked every once in a while. And Nick was asking about, Super Cats and Class 1s and all that. And then, a couple of months later, I see that you 2 goofballs are going to be in the boat together.
And pretty impressive chemistry. First season and winning national and world championships. How did that chemistry take hold so fast and so successfully?
I got to tell you, so the first time I ever was in a boat with Nick, a race boat, was in Marathon. The day before the race, we put in the water, was sitting there at the dock, and we both jumped in. We had never been in a boat together before. I had never been in an extreme before. I don't think he had throttled a Mod Vee before, so everything was brand new. We went out and cut about 3/4 of a race, and we knew the boat was fast. But we had some things to work on, especially me on the turning side of it. I just didn't know how heavy I could get on the wheel with it, and it was a brand new boat, and we're new together. So our whole goal was just to slowly ramp it up, and then you know how it goes, Myrick, when there's checkered flag drop. Next thing you know, in the lead, we had to stay out in front, and so that plan went right out the window instantly.
Yeah.
So I think we led about 4.5, 5 laps, and Nicholas was coming hard on us, so we kind of got out of his way and let him do his thing, and just kind of took our lesson and try to move on from there.
Yeah. Steve Mickless in the Sunprint boat is fast. He's a mad scientist. He's a mad scientist.
Yeah. So we had one of the best races in Sheboygan. We got out in front in Sheboygan and led every lap besides the last lap. It caught me, and we just drag raced all the way down, straight away, all the way through the corners. And he just got right in front of me and shut the door and sit me packing. And I got to watch him do a shot, tequila shot in his shoe.
Oh, gross. That makes me sick to my stomach thinking about it.
Not as much as losing that first place trophy, buddy.
Yeah.
I was real sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
That was like the turning point of the season, that we were just going to start running differently, more aggressive. And we had given up. We had, played nice for a while and decided it was time to be a little more aggressive, and the boat could take it. So that's what we kept doing.
Yeah, I've said that a lot. I mean, the boats can take a lot more than the guys in the boat can take. So
what really helped us out was when we went to Ozarks. We went up there and had a stellar performance. Ended up winning the race in Mod Vee, and then jumped in the 5 boat and won that too. So we had a back-to-back, and then Owen won in Class 7. So we won every class. And then we went to Ocean City and we did the same thing again. So we did back-to-backs, and then it was double points. So that really put us in a good position for heading back to Florida.
yeah,
So
that's pretty awesome. That's a lot of winning. You have a big old trophy case. Where you keep all these trophies?
probably at his bar.
Probably right above his bed.
Right behind it.
Probably turn the camera around. He's probably got them stacked there with a spotlight on them right now.
It's right next to his purple trophy from Walgreens.
Yeah.
My wife keeps telling me she's going to start throwing them one away at a time in the trash can, and I'll never notice. Like the first time I look in there, I'll notice right away.
Yeah, you're like, Carrie Ann, I know right where all those are.
Yeah. That's a lot of work to get those things, and going against people that work just as hard as you do.
Yeah.
Precious plastic.
But that being said, JJ, I spoke to Rick Lindsay earlier today, and he said that you guys probably won't be racing the Mod Vee for this season.
It wasn't a decision that we took lightly. We really wanted to defend our title, and we were having so much fun in that boat. The boat is so good. We just didn't feel like we could give it 100% the Pro Class 1 attention it needed, especially for us needing a lot of seat time. We just figured that it would be best that we if Rick was going to give us the opportunity, then we should return the favor and give him 100% of our effort. So we decided to shelf it. As of now, you never know, it could change.
Makes sense. Will you still be campaigning the Class 5 boat?
No, I parked it. I got to get out of the open cockpits. Enough.
Yeah.
The boat died on Sunday going into the turn 1 in the lead, and almost got smoked a couple times. Wow. So that was it for me. I decided just to take a break for a little bit.
Good call.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't make them have some sort of a metal bar / cage. I know it doesn't look that cool. The old like them Cobras had. What do they call them? Shelby Cobras. I think that.
Or Jersey Skiff.
Little roll bar.
Yeah. Jersey Skiff have them. Yeah, that's true.
Tunnel Vision has one. They're the first ones I've ever seen have one.
Yeah, those boats them tri-hulls that they race out of Texas too with the V4s on them all have it. I mean, I don't think the boats even go 40 mile an hour, but they just let 20 of them go at once.
They need it though. Those guys clobber each other.
Yeah, it's fun to watch that.
Yeah.
It's almost like Demolition Derby.
Putting the 5 boat, it was hard for me because I've had, I wouldn't be here without that boat. So I have huge, appreciation for the bracket classes. All the guys that run them, they work just as hard as anybody.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And the classes have just gotten. It's just like everything in racing, from basically what MCon did to Supercat and all the other classes in between. The bracket classes it's a different class of boats as well. Everybody has really stepped their games up this last 3 or 4 years. It's
exactly
a healthy
right.
fleet. It's a healthy fleet.
Yeah.
In every class. I was trying to think of a class that you could go out and dominate anywhere. You can't. I mean,
you might be able to play around a little bit in 6 just because the boat count's low, but there's some serious 6 boats out there too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, so we were talking about, so what do they call Cameron's class?
It's called stock outboard now.
Yeah, stock outboard. I was looking at the rules the other day. So we were talking about getting one. And so, Taylor had to run around by herself the first year in the 450 class. And now look at that thing. So it's something that you got to do. You can't like, buy the boat and go, well, we got to wait for everybody to come, because nobody's going to come unless they see the boat out there running. So I get the whole, start of the class life and like what Taylor had to do. And now, it's got to be one of the top 2 or 3 classes out there, the 450 class. So,
yeah.
So anyway,
well, that stock outboard class is such a cool class. I mean, it's a smaller outboard catamaran, canopied, super safe, and especially for somebody that's interested into getting into offshore racing. You guys talk about what the rules are and what the specs are of that boat.
It's like 3,200 with 3,200 with crew.
Yeah, so I think that's called the Fat Man rule overseas.
Every class should be that way. I can't believe this is the only class is that way.
It's an advantage. I mean, you get 2 guys that weigh 250 pounds, and you get 2 guys that weigh 160.
Yeah.
How could that not be an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that that's not a rule in every class, but it's just something that we can try. But yeah, that single 300R. Basically, it's got all the crazy safety features like they have even to the Pro Class 1, flat windshields and carbon fiber, and I think the boat has to be 22 to 24 feet long.
I think it's 23 to 26, 56-inch tunnel, 3,200 pounds, 175 gear ratio.
Yeah, they changed that, didn't they?
Yep, no CNC propellers. And then it has to have the 2025 UIM cockpit rules in it.
Yep.
A 5-inch safety barrier, deflectors front and back, 1/2-inch polycarbonate windshields.
And like out in calm water, seen in the low 90s in that boat, right?
Faster than that.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but race trim probably.
I gotta watch out, Myrick. You guys got one coming. You're gonna.
Yeah, I gotta know here. Look at it. Say hi. Say
hey,
JJ.
Hold on. Hey Cam, I have a special note from Kylie. She wanted to say hi to you, and she misses you.
Kylie wants to say hi, and she misses you. That's JJ. Kylie's
when I left the house to say hi to you. Hi Cam.
He's waving. He's actually here asking for my Apple password.
Of course he is.
I wish I knew it, buddy, but I don't know.
So
you'll have to wait for your mom.
Jersey mics up, please.
Would you go give me a beer?
This podcast is powered by Speedboat Magazine. Subscribe now at speedboat.com for 9 power-packed print issues a year direct to your mailbox.